Start. Perfect. Cool. Well, first of all, really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
And you're also in California, right?
Yes, I'm located in the Bay Area.
Cool. Nice. Me too. Um, Tell me about this. You've already done some coding, right?
Yes, so I kind of developed majority of the front end that still needs to be cleaned up. But
Yeah.
a while back, actually, over the winter, I always had this idea, but over the winter, when I started getting more experience with like developing a website, I thought of a innovative crochet of the day website because I really love to crochet, and I always thought that there needs to be some sort of platform for people to share their designs for free and to be able to have like some sort of variety and to have something new each day. So the Crochet of the Day website would offer a daily selection of crochet patterns, and then it would have like user-friendly navigation, interactive contribute buttons, and then you could like add a pattern and then click to view the daily crochet. And I feel like
Hmm.
it's really gonna like foster a community and creativity through my love for crocheting. So it's a pretty exciting project, but I want more help. I need a bit help on the back end side because I'm trying to
Hmm.
get more into Django, but I
Hmm.
need a little bit of help on that end and setting up the server side and how to get the Django side set up and
Yeah.
log in, log out type thing, and then getting all the blog posts to show up.
Okay. That's awesome. And how long have you been learning coding for?
So I started to learn how to code last summer with
Hmm.
Python, and
Cool.
then I stopped with Python for a bit. I was doing it here and there, and then when I started school, I started off with Java, and
Hmm.
then I've been learning Java and then Python ever since. And then I'm self-taught on a couple other languages. Like I've done one project using like LangChain and Streamlit for like AI, like web
Cool.
scraping, Python as well. And then
Cool.
I've taught myself React Native and a couple other crazy other languages. So I'm
Okay.
mostly self-taught through projects on a couple of things.
Oh, cool. So it sounds like you learn on your own and you also learn in school, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. Do you ever like go to hackathons or do projects with your friends?
I'm actually participating in a hackathon this upcoming Monday with my school, and I'm currently working on a project with my friends. We're creating another website,
Hmm.
but we're currently still just drafting that project up. We haven't really started yet. We just decided like literally
Hmm.
2 days ago to work on this project together, and it's all
Cool.
girls group, which is pretty amazing. So we're still figuring that out and what we're gonna try to go towards.
Okay, cool. You'll have to show me what you make. That's
I will
awesome.
for sure.
Um, cool. So how do you go about like deciding? Because you've tried different stuff. How do you decide whether you want to use Django or something else for a project?
So for Django, I know I'm not super familiar with it, and I know Django, I've just like heard about it a lot, and it kind of
Yeah.
interested me. So I
Sure.
wanted to look into it more, and it seemed pretty like friendly for beginners to start
Mhm.
to get more familiar with, because I kind of have that background information with like a Python type thing, and I've seen a tutorial with like on real Python. That's where I've like seen some tutorials on there as well, like where it's like setting up a Django blog, and I've seen things for that. So
Yeah.
it really interested me as well because it also has like um, Django and then alongside GraphQL, which was super interesting to learn more about because like GraphQL is like way more efficient on the client side. I've like learned, so I definitely want to try to implement that, and I feel like it would be
Yeah.
super interesting to learn those skills and start to get better at that.
Sure. Yeah, I think just like doing whatever you're most interested in learning is a great way to choose your your tech for the upcoming
For sure.
project. I would say GraphQL may be a bit overkill for something like this, but I mean, if you have the time and you want to learn it, then why not?
Mhm,
Um, I think I don't use Django um, really, but I mean, I know Python.
mhm.
So, well, hey Bonnie, yeah, we're making the Crochet of the Day website. So, a website where people can log on and share their crochet designs. Um, but yeah, I think there's all different ways to do this, but
Mhm,
let's just try it with Django
mhm,
and see where we get. I mean, I'm sure that we can make it work no matter what, and then we can find a place to host it.
mhm.
Um, Have you looked at all into where you might want to host it?
I'm still looking into that more. I was thinking of just like I'm just still looking into that more. I
Mhm.
haven't really officially decided because when I first started on this project, I was not fully sure on the back end. So I was like, you know what, let's finalize the website first and then think about where I'm gonna get it hosted.
Sure. Maybe
Do
we
you have
can
a
just sort of
recommendation?
make a little plan.
Yes.
Um, I will share something here. So, mm, so what I wanted to do was okay. So you have your front end
Mm-hmm.
is going to be. Is that just JavaScript and HTML or React?
HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
Okay, vanilla. And then the back end is Django,
Yes.
and the database. Have we decided yet?
I don't know fully because I'm not super experienced with backend, but
Mhm.
I am more willing to take advice on that end.
Sure. Well, honestly, when it comes to databases, I can hardly give advice. I've tried a bunch of different things, and
Mhm.
I still don't really know what my own opinion is. But we can try. We can try. A lot of it has to do with where we want to host it, but
Mhm.
maybe that's something to look into.
Mhm.
Like right now, and a lot of people say like Django has good support for Postgres.
Okay.
So
We can definitely do
maybe Postgres, and then another like big thing we have to think about is like authentication.
that. Mhm.
Do you know what kind of authentication that you want, like how you want people to sign into the site? Have you
So
thought about
originally, I was thinking for like a login, you could log in with like Google or
that? Mhm.
like any type of like social media account and maybe connect it with that, like maybe Instagram or something similar. But for now, I was just thinking Google because that's pretty standard, I feel.
Sure. Okay. Um, and it's a free site, I guess, right?
Yes, but I'm also gonna add the option to like log in and sign up to like save certain patterns and stuff
Mhm.
like that for your profile.
Yeah,
Stuff
yeah, and that's what we can do with the Postgres and the authentication. So I'll have to look. We'll have to look into that, just because since I don't really use Django much, like I have to look into what's the easiest way to add this.
I'll
Um,
definitely help as well. So
we've been
no
doing that
worries.
a lot. We just did a project, like doing a lot of projects with Node.js recently, but it can't be too much different. And then finally, the host. We'll have to figure that out. But best, what's the best host for Django? Maybe I've used Render. The ones that I've used that I know would work are Render and then DigitalOcean. Those are two options um, that I know would probably work quite well. Um, so I would just kind of look at like the pricing. One thing to do is just look at like the pricing and see, okay, this is Render, and for $0 a month, mm, that's for static sites. Mm, I'm not sure if this is for. I don't see any Django. I'll have to check and see if that would, how much that would cost, and then DigitalOcean. But normally these ones are like less than $10 a month. Um, but sometimes if we look around, we can find one that is free as well. Like
Sounds good.
maybe this one. Something to figure out. Um, hmm. Because it doesn't need a lot. Okay. So how about how about I've already kind of had a quick quick look at your code, but how about you
Mhm.
just like share your screen and then you can show me
Oh,
what
right. Sounds good.
you can show me what you've done so far.
Mhm. Okay. So I'm gonna share my screen. Hold on. I'm trying to share entire. Okay.
Mhm.
1 second. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Oh my gosh, I have split screen and it's only showing like one window. 1 second. Let me adjust this. Okay. Wait.
Do you have two monitors?
No, it's like, you know how you do split screen on like a laptop or like computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it's doing, but it's only like displaying one. Okay. Should work now. I'll just do that. Can you see my screen?
No.
Oh my gosh, no. Okay, hold on. What was that?
It should be the present button on stream.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to do entire screen and it's like I'm clicking share and then it's like not
Yeah.
showing.
You could
So
just
sorry.
It's fine. If you want, you can open it in VS Code and then share the window.
Okay, okay. Here.
Yeah.
I have my VS Code open. Do you see it now? Is it
Mm,
shared? Hold on.
no, like
Oh my gosh. Wait, I'm so sorry. Let me
that's
just try
okay.
to
That's
figure this out.
Take your time. Do you want me to show you how I like?
Okay, yeah, that might be more helpful because I don't
So
know
this,
what is going on my end.
so
Oh, I have
for
to go
me,
to system preferences. Hold on one moment.
so this is how like I just don't see anything coming up. But so for me, it's like um, this is what I see, right? And then
Mhm.
I'll click on this down here. Is that does
Yeah,
that work for you?
1 second. Let me.
Just
I
not
think I have
showing.
to go to system settings to allow for.
Oh, that could be it.
Let me just double check. Okay, wait. It's having me quit and reopen.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, 1 second.
See ya.
Maybe it'll.
Hey, Bonnie, are you still there? Yep. So I will just have a look at the crochet of the day. We are. Yeah.
Back. So sorry for the
Oh,
technical difficulties. It
that's nice.
should work now. Now let me try. Okay, let's see. And then I'm gonna be sharing my VS Code window.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, I see
Can you see
that.
me? Okay, perfect. Also ignore my
Nice.
pets. All right.
Now, can you just make the text like just maybe one size bigger, like Command plus? Okay, perfect.
All right.
Okay.
Able to view it better this way. Okay. So this is the home page. I can actually open up the live server to just show the front end. So file structure, I have my CSS files for each thing. So
Mm-hmm.
like login, sign up. I'm still refining a lot of the front end because I've had some issues on like getting certain things to work, but I'm working on it.
Okay.
So basically home and then about section, and it's one fluid page, so it's not like sections, but it's going to be like a scroll down screen, and then those are the separate sections on like one full page. And then blog section, like a blog card, or not blog section, but like a read more area, and
Mm-hmm.
then sign up, login, patterns. So this is gonna be I haven't added much to it, but it's gonna be like the patterns area where you can get the new patterns that arrive. But I still needed to figure out that back end. And then related images, so the header, image 6, 7. I can refine the naming, but the logo, this is the logo. I
Cute.
designed it. Yeah. And then the header, I was just thinking like a normal like pink crochet thing
Uh-huh.
because the theming is more like on the pink side. And then these are just some random filler images that I had used that are like
Mm-hmm.
non-copyright. And then I have JavaScript for each one. And then Firebase, I was originally thinking of making it with Firebase,
Yeah.
but I scrapped that idea because I ran into a bunch of difficulties. And then I wanted to try doing it with Django instead because um, I could also like set up a database that could help me with like the user authentication side as well.
Yeah. So, actually, I mean, I think this is also a great project for Firebase.
We can
because
totally do Firebase if that's better in your opinion.
so let's here I'm going to switch back to my I'm going to switch back to my document where I kind of making the
Mhm.
plan. So let's see what are the features that we need. So we need user sign up, sign in. Even before that, you have a database of crochet or of crochet patterns, right?
Yeah.
And like people can search and filter it, right?
Yeah. I wanna have, like, a filter option, and then I would wanna be able to, like, randomize from that database a
Mhm.
random new selection and then be able to, like, filter new arrivals, things like that.
Yeah, okay. And then you want to select one maybe randomly for the front page?
Yeah, so and then I'd also be able I wanna, like, be able to filter it by difficulty, so beginner, intermediate, advanced, and then popular, new arrivals. That's what I have on my filter section, and then on the front page would be, like, a randomized crochet of the day pattern, stuff like that.
Mhm. Got it. And so users can post crochet, right?
Yes.
Items. Okay. And this is really similar to the one that we were making a couple days ago with Next.js.
Oh, nice.
Users can post crochet items, and then those will just show up in the database, right? Where people are searching, right?
Yes.
Okay. Any other major features here?
I think that should be all.
Yeah. So, I mean, actually, it really doesn't matter if you use Firebase or Django. So, um, but I would be curious, um, where did you get stuck with Firebase?
So I think where I got stuck was when I opened it up on like my browser. You know how there's like that command thing where you can see the requests?
Yeah.
It
Hmm.
never like the requests would go through, but it never showed like the correct thing because I'd be like testing this is a practice blog and then
Hmm.
it never went through. And so I was like, I'm not that familiar with Firebase to begin
Yeah.
with. So I'm wondering if I was like, should I maybe get more familiar with it or maybe try to learn something different that's, like, more straightforward? Or it probably is straightforward, but I'm probably doing it incorrectly.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to say for me. I just generally find the things that I've spent
Mhm,
more time playing around with more straightforward, but
mhm,
just to generally compare,
mhm.
I'm not sure which is they all have pros and cons really.
Yeah.
Do you still have the code that you were using with that?
Let me double check. It was mostly so here it was.
Mhm. Yeah,
Didn't add much to it. It was just initialization and that. Let
yeah,
me try to go into there. I didn't get far with the Firebase, to be completely honest,
yeah,
because I was doing a past like project with it. I tried to do like a practice blog site with it, and that got me into the loop of like bugs and issues.
yeah.
So let me just double check where
I
I
can
was.
see why Firebase would be a bit confusing, because you end up having to write um, a lot of JavaScript code,
I think
and
it's here. Is this the right thing? Server.js for the JavaScript?
okay, so this is like, let's go through this. So, mm,
Because I tried watching a tutorial to figure out Firebase, and this is
yeah,
basically like what I learned from it. But then it,
okay.
like, did not work the same as the tutorial, and I tried to debug that for a bit, and then I kinda made the decision to maybe use something else for the back end.
Yeah. So basically, um, we've talked about, okay, so we've talked about, one sec. Here, share this. Okay. So we talked about like different options, but so one option is to have Firebase that connects connects like directly to the front end. So that's the advantage of using Firebase, is that actually you don't even need to host a backend,
Mhm.
because Firebase can handle database, um, and authentication.
Oh, at the same time? Or, like, both of them as well?
Yeah, at the same time. So you can actually set it. That's why you don't need a backend, because Firebase can actually block people from accessing other people's documents, which is the main reason to have like a backend. And then if we would do Django, you would have the auth, but then you would also have, a separate, have a separate database. It's not actually worse to do it this way. This is the more this way is the more
Direct?
this is the more traditional way to do it, like
Oh,
this, the second way. Um, so you'd have front end, and then the authentication is necessary. So, you know, no random person can just, um,
yeah.
like, let's say let's say I upload a crochet. You don't want
Mm,
someone else to delete it.
mhm,
So that's why the authentication is kind of a key part. Um, so Firebase handles that all in one system.
mhm,
Some people like it. And then Django would be separate, and this would be um, PostgreSQL database. So yeah, um, I would say it's completely up to you. Perhaps Django is easier. I do know it is taught more on a beginner level. So yeah, up to you. Just there's I mean there's other options as well. I think like if you would do something like I think if you do something like Next.js, then this would also be this that's just the same thing, but using JavaScript for the backend. That then it would be very similar to Django. Um, yeah, that's trying to think if there's other options in that arena where you can do like authentication. But
mhm.
I've made projects both ways, but completely up to you. Yeah. Do you want to show me the rest of the Python code that you wrote?
So, in the Django, I just kind of maybe did, like, a simple, like, forms type
Hmm.
thing, import forms, tried to
Hmm.
get that set up.
Yeah.
I was still trying to, like, fix it up and make it work, so it's not
Yeah.
finalized whatsoever, but then, like, an add pattern type thing for the models, and then URL patterns, add other URL patterns as needed, and then views.py. So that's what I've made so far under the Django side.
Okay. Got it. And have you tested any of this?
I think I did in the past. This was, like,
Hmm.
kind of, like, 3 weeks ago, so
Hmm.
I'm not
Okay.
fully sure, but I don't not fully confident on that answer, but I'm from
Yeah.
my previous knowledge, I think I briefly tested some of it, and I think
Mhm.
it sort of worked, but I don't know if I even finished, like, working on it, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, it would definitely need to be fixed up and, like, refined.
Yeah. I think the main thing I would recommend as to any beginner is like try and write a little bit of code and then test that, and
Mhm,
then write a little bit more and then test that. Um, because if you keep writing without being able to test it, um, then it will get a little bit overwhelming at some point, the debugging. Um, so how would we like go about testing this or running it?
Honestly, I think it's through the live server on the add pattern page, but the form is, like I just so to test the submit on the form, it sends you to a "this page isn't working" thing, so I don't know if it's fully functional. I can share the live page if that's possible.
Yeah, yeah. Let's start it up.
Okay, let me try to present that as well. One moment.
Sure.
Uh, Okay, so do you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what the current front end looks like. It is still being fixed up. It is a work in progress, but
Mhm.
crochet of the day, you click on it and then it would pop up. And
Cool.
then featured patterns. This needs to become a slideshow. I want to fix it. And then this would just be like randomized featured patterns based off of like popularity, etc. Like I'm gonna figure that more out later. And then the filter, sorry, it'd be like beginner, intermediate, advanced, popular, new arrivals, and then you can like apply that. And then this obviously needs to be more centered, this grid.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then it would be, like have a page of all that, and then about crochet of the day, and then my name, your
Mhm.
email, and then message.
Cool. And what about the sign up and login?
So sign up does not have anything on it yet, and then login. I just tried making a basic thing where it was like email, password, forgot password, login, and then login with this stuff. I don't know if
Mhm.
it's fully functional. Yeah, I don't think it's functional at all, really. I can just try to do like quick thing, random password, random email. I don't think it even works. Yeah. So, oh,
Mhm.
what? It needs an at. Sorry. So like random thing. Oh my gosh.
Delete some of the delete the
Yeah.
sign
Sorry.
up. Yeah.
Hold on. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it just does that. It doesn't
Yeah.
really um, get you logged in. And then add a pattern doesn't have any form and isn't like get you anywhere. That's what I
Oh,
meant by this page isn't working.
okay, let's go back to that add a pattern page.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay, got it. Okay. And can we see the source code for this page?
Yes. Let me go back to my VS Code. Just a moment.
Hmm.
Okay. It should be add a pattern here.
Let's see.
And then it's also I think in the forms.py. Sorry.
Yeah, and I think it was at like let's go to add pattern.html.
You see here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the page that you had.
Yes.
So basically what you have now is you have a front end that looks really great, and you have some JavaScript. Um, you don't actually have a working backend.
Yeah.
So the backend it needs to be run like with a command in order to get it to start.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you would need in order to make this work with Django, you would need to like use a command
Mm-hmm.
to create a new Django project.
Yeah.
So so let me just like look at. So there should be.
I
Um,
believe
mhm.
is it like I think there's a command. I remember I used it to
Mhm.
create a new thing. I know this is from like real Python when I did this tutorial. It's like doing that and then CD and you go in that and then you make a backend folder. Or
Yeah.
I think
So
I jumped to making the backend folder and then go straight into that. So it'd be like this
so there
and then
should be. Go on.
it's backend and then you can go into backend. Sorry, I interrupted. You can go ahead.
Yeah. So there should always be one main file
Mhm.
that you run
Mhm.
to start the backend,
Mhm.
and so I don't see that file here. Like I just see a file for views, URLs, models, and forms.
Mhm.
But there should be one file where if I run that file with Python, it starts the whole backend. Um, so we could let me open up a tutorial for like Django, like getting quickly started with Django. So
Because there's a blog one I have up right now. Is there a way for
oh
me to
yeah,
send? Is there like a chat or something?
Yeah, there's a chat here.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, there is. Okay. Here. This is the current one I'm looking at. They're using Vue, but I'm just referring to the Django setup installation side. So they have you make a virtual environment
Mm-hmm.
to set it up and host it on or have it run on. And then it has you like install it and then creates a requirements file, etc. So let me just do that real quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here they have this backend folder, and then inside they have.
And then I think I'm starting the backend, like start Django admin start project backend. I don't know.
Yeah, Django admin start project. Yeah, exactly. That will create a new project.
Perfect. And then I need to do migrations as well for Django, I believe. Going through it. And then so okay, yeah. And then I'm just going through. So
Sure.
now that we have that, so it's creating an SQLite file named db SQLite3 here. It should be somewhere in here. Yeah. So it created a database, and then it's gonna that database will store the data for the project, and then I think it wants us to create a super user right now for the Django admin.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna just follow along with that because I don't know how to tailor that to my site because I know they use Vue in that. So I'll just make this my name, and then oh, let's see. Hold on. My email address incorrect. 1 second. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I'm just reading through this. Uh, I'm just reading through this tutorial. It's very interesting. Um,
Oh my
honestly,
god.
honestly, it's a bit more involved than I thought, to set up a Django project.
Created, and then clear. And then I think I just wrapped up step 1. And then I
Yeah,
think it wants me to run the server.
yeah, that's good. If we can run the server, that would be ideal. Run that already. Cool. Yeah, it works. Good
Okay.
job.
And then it should work because I've tried it in the past. I'm gonna open it up. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but the local host to see the Django admin.
Mm-hmm.
And then okay, yeah, Django admin is working for me, and I'm signed in for super user. Amazing. And then to create the blog application using the virtual environment, I think I needed use start app management command is what it says. Uh-oh. I'll control C. So this. Okay. So I
So
did the start app.
when you
And
go to the, because I can't actually see, when you go to the URL, do you see like do you just see like a landing page that says, Django's working, that with no interaction, or is there like something you can log in actually?
oh, it's Django administration where you can like literally log in and then see your like profile for administration type thing.
Right. Right. So
And then
Django.
apps config. So this should be which file? Settings.py. Okay. Okay. And then I think it wants me to make blog data models now. So if I
Hmm.
continue on with the Django in this, would it like how can I tailor this specifically for my blog site? And to ensure that the front end works with like aligns with it. Because I remember with this tutorial in the past, it would only work for blog sites in the like Django administration like viewpoint. I can show it to you. 1 second.
Yeah, sure. That'd be good.
And then let me just log in. Oh, Oh, because I got out of the environment thing. Let me run server again. Sorry.
That's
Uh,
okay.
let me see. Okay. Where is it? Okay. I'm gonna run server and then I'll show you because when I saw this tutorial, I was just thinking how can I tailor it to okay, here. Let me share my screen. Or another screen.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right, can you see my screen? So this is
Yes.
what it'll look like, and then this is eventually it'll allow you to have options to like add a post and stuff like that. But this isn't really like the front end of my site. So how do I tailor this to work for like my site? Because eventually it'll allow me
Yeah.
to like do the other stuff where like adding a blog and all that. But how
Yeah.
would I be able to like tailor that to my site?
Yeah, got it. So what happens if you click view site here? Does it just show you like a static page?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now I think I kind of see why Django would work well for you because you want to be able to like manage the database easily, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So let's go back to the dashboard.
Okay. I don't know how to get
Let me
back to
just
that. Oh
get
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
So okay. So you have users, groups, and cool. And you have actions. Yeah, got it. Yeah, it's a bit like a blog. So I think basically this page here that we're looking at, this
Mhm.
probably also corresponds to a page that in the source code. So we can have a look. Let's go back to that source code.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I think next in the thing, I'll show you. So I'm gonna adjust my models.py to um, what it says on the tutorial. So on the models.py, it's having me import these. Let me just go to it. So I can actually or I'm gonna keep the models.py in here. I might just delete these. Yes. Okay. So it wants me to put these in the blog section here. So I'm going to create models.py and then it already exists. Oh, it's right here. Sorry.
Yeah.
It wants me to import this and then create my model there. And then on there, it'll look like this from the tutorial. And then so adding this in just to get this through. And then next it has the post model, which is going to be also in models.py. I'm going to add documentation to all this later. So,
Sure. So this is kind of like the stuff for the blog, right?
yes. And then now I think it's going to allow me to go to admin.py and then create a admin module. So basically an admin interface to like control the database.
Cool.
Let me just get through this and like so we can figure out how to eventually tailor it to the site and see how we can apply that back end. 1 second. Okay. And then now I'm adding the rest of that in. Okay. And then now I need to add another migrations thing. So, okay, there. Okay. All right. And then now I can migrate it. All right. And then now it should let me start blogging. So let me show you the run server thing again. Let me just go back up. Oh, here. Okay. Now just let me share that screen again and just show you how it allows me to blog now.
Cool.
Now that I'm caught up on that, because I remember I did that and I really like the Django like approach of like how it lets you control
Mm-hmm.
all that. Let me just see which page. I think it's this one. Hold on. This one. Okay. There. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, now it'll let you see posts, so I can add a post and I can like
Mhm.
title it testing blog and then
That's super
random
cool.
words, and then I can add the date of like today,
Mhm. Yeah.
and then right random time, and
Uh-huh.
then I can say by whoever. So I think it should let you pick a user. So you can make a user profile as well, or like add a LinkedIn, add a bio, and then now it's by this author, and then you can add certain tags, which I this is why I like Django, because in my website I want to add tags to it, which is like
Mhm.
beginner or certain types of tags, and then save, and then it should be able to show up like right over here, which I found was pretty cool, and then it posted and it was successful. So how can I have this like backend now connect to the front end and show up on my site?
Yeah, right? So if we click view site, does it not show up at all?
It
It
still
doesn't.
shows the same thing. So I'm
Okay.
wondering if it's like a linking to the wrong area.
So, no, it just says here, it says you're seeing this page because
Yeah, it works.
debug is true and
Yeah.
you haven't configured any URLs.
Mhm.
So, um, let's look back at the source code
Okay.
again. And basically we have to write some code that reads from the database and then adds that to the to
Mhm.
each page. So um, so that would be let's find where that would be in the code. Um,
Because the
I
next
don't
step of the sorry, go ahead.
no go on.
Oh, so what I was just saying was the next step on that tutorial that I was following was like to set up GraphQL. And
Yeah.
then I feel like I could hold off on that and just focus on this portion and just getting it connected.
So that's what GraphQL is supposed to do.
Mhm.
So we could go through that. We could kind of have a look at that here.
All right.
Um, and I feel like it might be overkill, but if this tutorial is working for you so far,
Yeah.
then that's pretty good.
Okay.
So here, enable the Django blog application. I think you've done this, right?
Yes. So I'm on
Okay.
step 3.
On step 3. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, we've just now done all of this. Start
Mhm.
blogging. We've done the migrations, added the models, done the migrations, and then we have this admin panel. And so um, you could decide to go headlong in the Django direction. You could use Django's URL routing and templating engine to build pages that would show all the post content you create in the admin to readers.
Mhm.
Instead, you'll do something more exciting.
All
You'll wrap
right.
that you've created because that's too easy. Yeah.
Mhm.
So in
Yeah.
the GraphQL API, so you can consume it from the browser and provide a richer client-side experience. I don't know about richer. Well, it basically this would allow you to. So they haven't really explained the difference, but
Mhm.
option one means that every time you want to load new data, you reload the page. You go to a new
Mhm.
URL. Option two allows you to just use JavaScript to load new data at any
Mhm.
point. The GraphQL isn't necessary, but the API is necessary.
Mhm.
Um, so let's just have a quick look at like how much work this will be. We have to install Graphene. We have to set some settings, um, add a URL pattern to like kind of specify the URL for the API,
Mhm.
um, creating a schema, okay, which is basically the format that the API gives the data in.
Mhm.
So this does look like that's probably where most of the work is. Um, and then um, okay, and then that's just to create the API. That doesn't actually connect the front end JavaScript to it.
Yeah.
And then they do this step, which might not even be necessary, but it's a short one. And then there's setting up view.js, and you don't want to use view.js.
What would the Vue.js do specifically? Because I haven't gotten to that part, like when I practiced.
Yeah. Well, view.js is basically for making your front end.
Mhm,
And it allows you to basically create complex front ends.
mhm,
Now, if I think about the front end that you have, I feel like it's not too complex. You have you don't have a lot of things that are changing until the user clicks on something, right? I mean,
mhm,
um, you have different pages, and you're gonna have a search page, which might be the most complicated.
mhm,
But I think because you basically created with mainly with HTML,
mhm,
I would probably go. Um, I would probably go with the first option, which is Django's URL routing and templating engine. Um, I think that's going to be easier to understand than using GraphQL and Vue.js, or GraphQL and plain JavaScript for that matter.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, that only means that the only downside is then we have to leave this tutorial. But
Mhm,
basically, um, you would go into the you'd basically go into this one file here,
mhm,
which is it's called urls.py.
mhm,
Yeah, that one.
mhm.
And we can add new URLs here. So let's do this. Um, let's go to ChatGPT and let's say, I have a working Django project with a um, with data models in my admin dashboard. I want to add a page to the I want to add a page with the templating engine that shows um, the list of posts, and then I would probably want to find that. I'll go back to the. Um, I'm going to find that tutorial that we just had open, and then I'm going to take. Let's see this one. Yeah, so this one, and I want to take like where's the code? Where's the code for the blog model? The For the actual here, something like this. This is for the profile model, and there's a
So
blog
here?
post model. Yeah,
Okay, so models.py?
yeah. So basically, post. Use this. So I just want to get an idea of like how
Mhm.
much work that would be, because I don't know a tutorial right away to do that,
Yeah.
but it should be pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So let's see how we would do that. So basically, it says edit. We would edit views.py, and we have one of those, and that would allow us to basically um, that would basically load this list of posts when when a certain URL when we go to a certain URL, and then we would actually create um, a new file,
Mm-hmm.
which is using the syntax you kind of had before with these curly brackets. And this is going to combine HTML with this kind of Django syntax. It's called templating syntax, to insert data from the backend, from the database. And then finally, we would edit urls.py, to say, oh, when we go to this URL, open the view that we defined in the first step.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they kind of do it. The order of the steps is kind of, I would think of it more like this. First, we add a URL
Mm-hmm.
called posts, and when the user goes to there, we want it to load a view, and the view is called post list,
Mm-hmm.
and gets that view does two things. It gets the post from the database, and then it combines that with the template. So I actually think we could just try doing exactly this, without having to set up anything else. So let me just share that. Uh, oh, sorry, I didn't even show you what I was.
Yeah. No, I'm a very good listener, so it's okay.
I thought you could see my screen. Hang
Oh,
on.
sorry, I did not see your screen.
That's kind of necessary.
Okay.
So let me show you. Did you see any of this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, you saw the first part.
No,
Did you
but
see
like
what
on
I
my
typed
own, I
as
saw
well?
that on the tutorial. I saw that, but I did not see that when you were
Oh,
sharing.
did you see this?
One second, sorry. No, I did not see that.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, just tell me if that happens again.
Okay.
Um, let me walk. Let me just walk through this one more time. What I did. Okay. Um, so, so I went to ChatGPT and said, I have a Django project, I have data models, and I copied and pasted one of the data models from the code. And I said, how would I make a page on the front end that just shows, that lists, something from the back end, that
Mhm.
lists this. And then ChatGPT basically came back and it just gave me 3 steps. I would think of it in this order. The first step is to edit urls.py
Mhm.
to add a new URL. The second step is it doesn't matter what order you do it. That's just how I think about it. And the second step would be to make a list of posts,
Mhm.
that gets loaded when we go to that URL. And um, that takes the post from the database and then inserts them into a page.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, and then that page is this new page that we add, which is HTML, but it combines this template syntax, um, showing where each item from the database needs to get inserted and what gets inserted. So here, I'm going to send that over to you. See if you can sort of have a look and let's see if that will make sense.
Mhm. Sounds good.
This is sort of like a mini tutorial that we can follow, and we should be able to do it in less than in 10 minutes. And I hope that what it will do is it will just add a new page,
Mhm.
um, skip all the GraphQL and Vue stuff, basically just allow us to add a new page
Mhm.
um, that loads from the database that we've created.
And so we should make a post list HTML, or should I have that linked to another one, and like another one of my HTML things?
Oh yeah, so here it says to edit. Oh yeah, so it says to create a new file called post.list.html. That's the only new one that we need to create.
And then just gonna put this in here. And then in my views.py. Okay. And then would I have to, okay, yeah, it imported. There. So it should work now, I believe. Should I test it out?
Yeah, I think we might have to move the post list into a different place.
Yeah.
So I think that should be in try putting it into the
Because this is
uh
currently under public, I believe. Let me double check. Hold on. Yeah, it's currently under the public file.
uh under
Yeah.
public. Yeah.
So when
So
we
because this is actually um because this is a template,
mm-hmm.
I think we're supposed to put it into a templates directory. Um Right now, I don't think the public file, so we can try it. We can try this. Let's just try
Okay.
it in the browser.
Okay. Should I run the server?
Yeah, the server should run.
Okay. No module named backend.views.
Okay. Let's see where that error is coming from.
So this is in URLs.
Yeah, it's
So,
coming from urls.py.
um,
Okay. Um, so we have a views.py, but it's like from views import post list. And what happens if you delete the period before views? I don't know. It just seems like maybe.
sorry.
Okay, that also doesn't help. So
Fine.
from views import post list. Try Django dot. No, it's not Django dot views. Hmm, so views is in the same folder as URLs, right?
Yeah.
Can we see inside of views?
Let me double check. Wait, actually, I don't know if they're in the same folder. No, they're not. They're not. Sorry. They're in a separate folder. So this is like under blog, and then URLs is under just backend in general.
Oh, okay. Well, what if we do oh, that's interesting. What else is in views.py? Can we see? Oh, well, it doesn't. Maybe we can just move that into
Oh wait,
backend.
this is supposed to be blog. Oh my gosh.
That's
Okay, I
okay.
changed that.
That's fine right now. I think
Okay.
let's move views into the same folder as URLs because it's got to be there.
Okay. So I'm just gonna transfer this up here. Okay. Let's try running it again.
Hmm. Okay. Um, attempted. Oh, relative import beyond top level package. Okay. Um, use top five. So, hmm. Mm, which is the top level package? Hmm. Migrations, models, schema, tests. Mm, yeah, so we have a backend directory and a blog directory. Um, mm, Let's see. Maybe, okay. So let's put views back into the blog directory. And then in URLs,
Mhm.
.py. Um, oh yeah, actually, what happens if we save this and run it? So okay, relative import beyond top level package. Yeah, I have to look a bunch of stuff up. I'm not really.
No worries.
Hmm. Menu project structure. Direct. Can you try deleting the ... before blog and see if that makes any difference?
Oh wait. I think it's working now.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay. Let me check the server. Okay, so let's see if I can view site. Okay, so let me just share my screen just to show what it looks like real quickly. Progress, which is super exciting. So let me see.
Yeah. It was an issue to do with
Okay, this is what I'm seeing now.
got it. And
At least it's like trying to get to there.
yeah. So
Was
let's
it-
go back to that page. And now
Sorry.
let's go back to the error page, to the 404.
Oh, sorry. There.
Let's yeah, and then let's add posts to the end of this URL. So it's like 8,000/posts at the end of this URL.
Okay.
That's just what we named the page, really. We just named it posts. So that's what I have to
Oh, wait,
do.
did I do it wrong? Hold on.
No, that's perfect.
Okay.
And then what happened is then so the URLs file is right.
Mm-hmm.
The posts file sorry, the views file is right. But we put the template let's scroll to the top for a sec. We put the template in the wrong place. So um, if we put the template in the right place, this should work. So
Okay.
let's go back to VS Code and figure out like where else we could put that template where it would be able to find it.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. So we're looking for the templates.
Yeah. So we've put this one. What did we call that file? Like post list.
Yes.
.html.
Postlist.html.
Yeah. So let's move it into blog.
Okay.
And
There.
and the views, I don't know if that would be the right. And then under views.py, where does it say? It says blog/post list. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
seems
Okay. So do you think we could maybe adjust this to be public and then put that back? Or we can just leave it as blog for now and see if that works.
well, that's how we just had it. Oh no, it was as blog.
Yeah.
Well, I
Because if it was
don't
back there,
think
we would just have to
public
adjust it, right? The file path.
is public. I don't know. It depends what the path is relative to this file, which I can't exactly see all the files. But let's try it like this. I'm not even
Okay.
sure that yeah, I'm not actually sure we need to even restart the server. What happens now if you reload that page?
It's giving me a similar error, but
Same thing.
it's a little different. So
Mhm.
let me share that here. So
Same thing.
yeah. Except I think no, that's the same. So
Yeah, it's the same. So, um, I think we would have. Okay. Try this. In the code, go back to the code,
yep.
and instead of blog slash or public slash, just delete the folder name and just put um, post list. And post list is in the same folder as views.py. So to me, that should work.
But hold on. Okay, yeah. So it's still giving me the same error now.
Can I see one more
Yes.
time?
Let me show.
Mhm.
This is after refreshing and saving it.
Oh. And it's looking for. Oh. Oh, look. Oh, okay, look. Um, oh, it's looking for a templates directory.
And then
So
it says loader.py as well, right?
let's forget about that for now, but let's go back to VS Code, and then let's add a templates directory inside of blog.
So templates. Oh my gosh. Like that?
Move that into the blog directory, and then put the post list inside of there.
Okay.
Okay, now let's try it. You can just tell me if it works or if it gets the
Okay,
same.
okay. I can
I
still show it if needed.
trust you.
Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, let me show this. Hold
Okay.
on. I think you are able to figure it out. Let me see. There.
Cool.
Yeah, okay. Amazing.
So that's
So let me see if I can
that's
add a
just a
post
lot of guessing.
and see if it can
Um,
there. Because wouldn't it, we would assume a post would show up there, right?
'Cause you have one post, right?
Yeah, but I don't seem to see it. Or let me just try one more test. Not gonna put much in it. Okay, let's see. So it should be posted. Or
Okay.
does it want me to select it and say go? Oh, never mind. Okay,
Okay.
let's
That's
do
fine.
/post.
Okay. So, yeah, that's something that we might have to look at next time.
Yeah.
But
I do want to respect your time. Oh my gosh. It's like
that's
10 minutes.
fine. I feel that if we had done this with the GraphQL way, it would have taken another hour. So I think
Yeah.
we are making progress.
I'll
Um,
definitely also look into this more in the meantime.
like this is very close. It could be something like um, I'm not sure actually what this could be. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Go to views.py and show me the code. I'll have to go, but I'll just show
Yeah.
you one line. I'll just
Oh,
show you one line which you might want to look at while you're messing around with this.
yes.
Goes to views.py, and then see on line 6,
Yeah.
you have published equals true. So, um, so that it is filtering them, and that could affect it. That's all.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's important. Anyways, we should do this again sometime,
Yeah, of
and
course.
getting we're making
I'll
progress.
definitely keep you updated with my progress. And this was super helpful. This honestly helped me so
Good.
much.
I mean,
Thank you so much.
I think I learned more than you, honestly. I
No,
feel
honestly, I think I
quite
learned a lot.
overwhelmed by it. I feel quite overwhelmed by Django, using it for the first time.
Oh, wow. Oh, honestly, for your first time, that was incredible. That was you were able to help me out, so that's great job. Thank you so much. Yeah, we should definitely do, like, a post, like, check-in on how it's going
Yeah,
whenever
let's
you're free or whatever.
yeah.
Um, sounds good.
Okay, awesome.
Alright. Also, it was nice meeting you too. Thank you so much for the help, and I'll be sure to stay in touch.
Okay, have a good weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.